Thank you once again for joining us, and I wish all of you an enriching and also successful workshop. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof, for the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make a correction in introducing Dr. Yong Chong-kun earlier. Dr. Yang Chong-kun is the coordinator of UNIVOC Center and UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, Shenzhen Polytechnic University. My apology, Dr. Yang Chong-kun. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the opening remark by the President of Shenzhen Polytechnic University. Please.
Respected Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Shardin bin Mazen, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and warm greetings from Shenzhen Polytechnic University. It is a great pleasure to speak at the opening of this TVET Digital Capacity Building Workshop. I sincerely regret that I cannot be with you in person at UTHM today. First and foremost, allow me to express my gratitude to our co-hosts at UTHM. In particular, I thank the leadership of UTHM and the team at the Center for Virtual Learning. I also extend warm thanks to our colleagues for their diligent work in organizing this event. Your combined efforts have made this valuable gathering possible. Today's workshop focuses on digital capacity building in TVET, a theme that is both timely and crucial. We are in the middle of unprecedented digital disruptions, with technologies like AI reshaping industries and skills demands. As TVET institutions, the vital bridge between education and employment, we must adapt to digital transformation. Therefore, at Shenzhen Polytechnic University, we have implemented a comprehensive digital transformation strategy, built smart learning platforms, created over 80 specialized digital resource libraries, and integrated robust support systems for digital teaching and learning. In 2022, we were approved for the establishment of the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, which is dedicated to developing and sharing effective digital transformation solutions with our global partners. Today's workshop is the first event by the China Asian TVET Digital Capacity Building Center. The center is jointly established by the two universities in response to the urgent need for digital transformation in global TVET. UTHM and SZPU share similar priorities in TVET, so we work together across East and Southeast Asia to empower TVET teachers for digital transformation. Today, we will explore the topics of curriculum innovation, AI plus EdTech, and deep learning in TVET. I hope these discussions will inspire fresh approaches to teaching and learning. Finally, I wish everyone a productive workshop and meaningful exchanges. Thank you all once again for your participation and contribution.
Was the opening remark.
Respected Deputy Vice
Dr. Wu Jingtian. Please welcome Dr. Hu Haicho. Thank you, Prof, for presenting the souvenirs and the certificates to the delegates. We will now have a photo session, so I would like to invite all on-site participants to move over to the middle rows, if possible, just to cram up, to help the photographer to take all your photos, and for the online participants to turn on your camera. You can move over to the front. Those at the back can move forward. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the first session of the day. With that, I will hand over the floor to the moderator, our lovely Associate Professor, Dr. Doria Islamia Rosli. Over to you, Dr. Doria. Okay. So you can go over to the front. So now Dr. Yang Chong-kun will present a souvenir to Professor Dr. Sharudin. Thank you, Dr. Yang Chong-kun, for the souvenir. So now I will hand over the floor to Associate Professor Dr. Doria Islamiyah binti Rosdi for the first session for this workshop. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairperson, Dr. Mimi. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all TVET Digital Capacity Building Workshop participants. Today, we're actually very honored to have our invited collaboration partner from the Shenzhen Polytechnic University, whom also responsible with UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, together with us to leverage the usage of technology and ICT, which provides the cutting-edge solutions to digital TVET transformation, and as well as contribute to the quality of TVET globally. Welcome to UTHM and Pait Raja, Dr. Yang Chong Kun, and also Dr. Xiuzhen Zhang. I'm Doria Islamiyah Rosli. It is my pleasure to be the moderator for today's forum. To begin this session, allow me to read a brief biography of the first panelist. Dr. Yang Chong Kun is the coordinator of the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET at Shenzhen Polytechnic University. He is the Executive Deputy Director of the UNIVOC Center and Deputy Director of the Office of International Exchange and Cooperation of Shenzhen Polytechnic University. Dr. Yang has a strong record of secondment to key national and international institutions. In 2020, he actually seconded to the Secretariat of the Chinese National Commission for UNESCO. In fact, in 2024, he also was seconded as the expert to the UNESCO UNIVOC International Center for Technical and Vocational Education and Training. Dr. Yang has also led and contributed to several research projects and reports commissioned by UNESCO and national ministries and has published several papers in the field of TVET. With that, I would like to invite Dr. Yang to deliver his sharing session on InfoStation China Asian TVET Digital Capacity Building Center. Please welcome Dr. Yang.
Good morning, colleagues from UTHM and dear students. It's very excited for me to visit Malaysia after 19 years, and my first time to UTHM, southern part of Malaysia. I love this country, and I share with our colleagues that Shenzhen Polytechnic and UTHM are predetermined destiny to be a partner. We were both born in 1993, and there was a word pop in my mind that is digital twin. Digital twin, okay? Because same year, and we are doing digital capacity building center. It's like a baby. We started from January, thinking about the design, how to set such a center, and after since March, both sides team started to negotiate, consult, and discuss how to make this center happen. So finally today, we are coming here for the opening session. Okay, yeah. Yesterday we have unveiling ceremony with the chairman of the board, and today we have a real opening of the capacity building center with our teachers and students. So the photo, please save in your computer and your mobile phone. It will be a memorable, historical, important photo. We witness together, okay? Okay, I would like to have a brief introduction about the project. First of all, our team are coming from Shenzhen City. Its location very similar to your state in the south part of the country, and with very good high technology, innovation. Very neighboring to Hong Kong. It's about 17 minutes by high-speed underground from Shenzhen City to Hong Kong. I know how many of you have been to Hong Kong? How many of you have ever been to China, mainland of China? Okay, here we are sending invitation to everyone here who can listen to me. You will get a virtual, digital invitation now. You are going to be visited to visit Shenzhen in the future for short-term exchange or long-term study there. Okay, the city is a young city with about 40 years old, but now it has been developed to be a very top city in China and also in the world. GDP rank top 3, and GDP per person per capita rank #1 in China. Yeah, it's we call the city as a Silicon Valley of China. Many high-tech enterprises were born there. There are about 10 top 500 company, about 10 top 500 were born in Shenzhen. It's a national garden city with a lot of parks, a very green city, was confirmed as a UN environmental protection city. The size is very similar to Kuala Lumpur. It's a little bit larger than the size of Kuala Lumpur, about 2,000 kilometers square. Okay, same year, and many figures about the university. I'm not going to give a very deep, detailed instruction, but we have about 200 overseas partners. UTHM will be a very close partner from now on. We will set a capacity building center. We encourage staff exchange, conference exchange, and student exchange. So in the future, we hopefully we can send some students to UTHM. You will have Chinese friends, share with you more about the Chinese stories. And you are also very welcome to join in our short-term student exchange project or one semester exchange in the future. We have very close link with UNESCO since 2006, become one of the UNESCO Universal Center, and 2022 become the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET. Today, the Capacity Building Center is under the resource and also team and construction of the UNESCO Chair. So mostly, what is UNESCO Chair? The chair you are sitting is chair, and UNESCO is from a very international top level for education. So UNESCO chair means you can mobilize in some specific area the surrounding resources like government, university, private sector, famous experts, right, and technology. That is UNESCO chair. I hope you can remember you are sitting on the chair of UTHM, but you will be getting involved with UNESCO chair. Okay. Okay. Now to protect our plan for the new year. See if you have interest in some of the resource, because all of the resource will be open to you. You will download any of the resource in your ICT, IT areas. Okay. Okay, come to our capacity building. UTHM Capacity Building Center will be the first one in the ASEAN country. It is the first one we seriously, carefully discussed and determined. Okay, so in the future we will have some other partners we will recommend to our network, because the main purpose of the Capacity Building Center is to improve our partners' digital capacity, and sharing some of the good practice from our side. Meanwhile, we will learn from your side. So what's a new practice, new case, new innovation of digitalization in TVET, and then share with other partners from surrounding countries. We also welcome some private sectors to join us in the future to donate what they have. And in the future, we will have 5 in the next 5 years, including this year, we'll have 5 capacity building centers in ASEAN countries. So the network will be established gradually. So we encourage students to engage in more mobility projects because the world is so large. We will see the world to see more, to make more friends in the future and improve yourself. The label here, we have physical one. We will hang on the wall later after the session. It's our mission, you can find it, and the vision. So the first China ASEAN TVET Capacity Building Center. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh. Did I make some mistake? Okay. I want to show you that is our campus, our main campus, the entry of the campus. That is the invitation, right? Okay. And all the expected outcomes and is on this brochure. Okay. Okay. Thanks so much for attending the ceremony, and hope you can exchange and learn more from our experts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Young. We will hold some questions later on after the second panelist. But bear in mind, we also have our capacity building training center at Block G1, inshallah. All right, let me introduce, before we proceed with the second panelist, let me introduce our second panelist, Associate Professor, Dr. Zhuzhen Zheng. Dr. Zheng is a TVET professional with over 8 years of experiences in TVET, entrepreneurship education, and the digital transformation of TVET systems. She has led both international and national research projects demonstrating expertise in program development, policy analysis, and also project management. She possesses extensive teaching experiences in entrepreneurship education and curriculum development within the TVET sector, with a proven track record of designing innovative programs that enhance learner engagement and also training outcomes. She is passionate about advancing sustainable skills development and supporting UNESCO UNIVOC's mission in order to promote inclusive and quality TVET globally. Without further ado, please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Zhuzhen Zheng with the presentation on TVET curriculum and instruction, approaches and strategies in the context of digital transformation. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Daria, for your introduction. And dear friends, dear colleagues, and good morning. I'm Zheng Xiuzhen from Shenzhen Polytechnic University, China. It's my great honor and to present and share about TVET curriculum and instruction to all of you about especially about the approaches and strategies from China and from Shenzhen PU in the context of digital transformation. In today's sharing, there will be 3 parts. Of course, the core part will be digital curriculum and instruction. However, the former 2 are also very important. I mean, the necessities, strategies, and approaches are also important as they form the formula. Also, they have impacts on the mode of digital curriculum and instruction. So let's begin with the necessity. Normally, when we analyze a transformation, we will analyze it from 3 perspectives. For example, technology, economy, and society. So let's begin with the perspective of technology. As we all know that digital technology have disruptive impacts on industry structure, shifts in employment rates, emergence of new market, etc., etc. It has the impact on almost every aspect of the society, and so have impact on education. So it requires a transformation in pedagogy and educational technology. Then about the perspective of economy, both digital industrialization and industrial digitalization are the drivers of digital transformation of economy, and so it also had impact on education. Therefore, there is a growing demand for talent cultivation objectives, programs, and curriculum content to be flexibly aligned with market needs. Then from the perspective of society, that digital technology brings changes in interpersonal interaction patterns in the society. And so in the area of education, it requires teachers to comprehensively enhance their digital competencies, master information knowledge training and skills needed for best practices, and promote multimodal teaching. So we could see that digital technology had impacts in almost every aspect of the society, and it is reshaping work, right? So from the data, according to the data from World Economic Forum Future of Jobs Survey 2020, for that, the top driver of business and labor market transformation is broadening digital access. And AI and information processing technology are the top drivers of business transformation. And the fastest growing skills for the future labor markets are AI and big data. AI and information processing are universal drivers of business transformation across all regions, including Eastern Asia and Southeastern Asia, where we are living and we're most concerned. So it is predicted that there will be a massive global labor shift by 2030. 170 million jobs created and 92 million displaced. So skills gaps become the top barrier to organizational transformation. We are doing hard on removing those barriers. So we could see that skilling, upskilling, and reskilling now become the new normal for the future workforce. We skill, upskill, and reskill as to become multi-skilled professionals, especially with digital capacity, right, for the future workforce. So it is said that TVET plays a key role in any society when it comes to providing qualified labor for the economy and transitioning young people from learning to earning. TVET is arguably the education sector closest to the labor market. So we, TVET, actually have the mission for digital transformation. Then the second part about the strategies and projects for TVET governance. This is the framework by UNESCO for institutional governance in digitally transformed TVET, which include 5 dimensions: policy, process, people, stakeholders, and infrastructure. So then I will follow these 5 dimensions to share strategies and projects from China, from Shenzhen PUTU. So let's see the global vision. These 2 are actually UNESCO's strategic guidelines for global education and global TVET. Both of them have emphasized the importance of growing focus on digital education but limited AI integration. And you could see that these 2 tables are about the national and local policy actions in China. The table on the left is about the national level strategies. Actually, since 2012, more than 20 national policies have been introduced in China, forming a really well-structured and comprehensive policy system for digital transformation of TVET. And the table on the right, it's some local policy at a provincial level or municipal level, which directly relate to AI area. Transformation Action Plan and AI Action Plan. Both plan has instructed all the actions within Shenzhen PU related to digital transformation. So on this slide showing you the national level digital governance system by the central government. It is called Education Management Platform. It is for education governance, actually, with 6 subsystems within: talent development status system, student management system, institutional management system, and program and public information service system, which enables comprehensive data connectivity, and it also provides real-time access for institutions, for programs, for teachers, and for students from all over more than 11,300 TVET institutions. And this is a digital campus grading indicators for TVET by the central government. And also, this is a guide published by the central government also for constructing big data center in TVET institutions. So all in all, we could see that it is about the formation of a systematical framework and mechanism for digital transformation in TVET governance. So Shenzhen PU has its own digital governance system. We call it Shenzhen PU. It is a data center for education governance. We could see its service categories by directorate, including information services, finance, student affairs, administrations, etc., etc. It provides those services to all the departments and schools within Shenzhen PU. And we said that the Shenzhen PU data center connects to the national level education management platform. That's the national level education management platform, yes, at the national level that I mentioned before on the formal slide. It means that all the data provided by Shenzhen PU could be inspected by the central government through this national level education management platform. So this is a common framework by UNESCO again. It is about 6 pillars for the digital transformation of education, but today I would like to emphasize the pillar related to infrastructure with about 5 dimensions. You can see electricity, internet access, hardware and devices, system software and services, and learning spaces. Then I will also follow this 5 dimension to share Shenzhen PU's digital infrastructures. So first, for electricity and internet access, Shenzhen PU has a digital campus framework which integrated newer infrastructure supporting AI-driven perception, big data, and platform connectivity. It is China's first 5G-enabled smart campus in TVET, and Shenzhen PU is also equipped with desktop-based VR labs, immersive training rooms, and VR collaboration centers. It also enables interactive, simulation-based, and experiential learning at scale. And Shenzhen PU has its own digital teaching and learning platform. It is called iStudy. We could use it through our personal computer and also app, which connects teaching resources, student data, and training process on a unified digital platform. It also supports personalized learning, intelligent scheduling, and real-time teaching and learning analytics. So let's take a closer look on the iStudy platform with 11 subsystems within. Then this is a framework again, but this time it's about the multi-stakeholders who could support digital transformation in TVET. And for this, I want to emphasize the importance to collaborating with the industry from the labor market. And actually, the collaboration with industry from labor market is like a mantra in TVET, and actually is the basic principle for Shenzhen PU to have joint curriculum design or joint program design. And Shenzhen PU has partnered with 18 sound enterprises to co-develop talent through joint curriculum and skills innovation, and it is in 9 key areas. We have operations in 9 key areas, for example, in governance and cultural development, in developing program and curriculum syllabuses, in building a high-quality teaching team, etc., etc. You could see that. Then, most TVET institution in China it's guided by the national framework to enhance digital capacity because we have a teacher literacy framework by MOE. And Shenzhen PU is also guided by the global frameworks. For example, UNESCO's ICT competency frameworks for teachers, the UNESCO AI competency frameworks for teachers and students. So for building teachers' digital capacity, we have established 2 centers, the Teaching and Academic Research Center and Curriculum Studies Center, which help to organize those needs-based teacher trainings, the workshops for enhancing teachers' digital competencies, and help to establish those teaching research communities. Then, about the third part, digital curriculum and instruction. Okay. So, how can I get back? I'm sorry. Go back to. Yes, I got it. Thank you. Sorry for that. Actually, these tables are showing the latest developments in digitalization research and practices in TVET China. Those are from 20 top journal sources of literature. And the most high-frequency keywords in those articles are digital economy, industry education integration, and industry education interaction. And the topic that we're most interested in is digital curriculum and instruction, which are with 4 subtopics: digital curriculum design, digital teaching materials, teaching methods and learning scenarios, and teaching evaluation. Also, I will follow these 5 subtopics to share the following contents to you. First, about digital curriculum design. So this flowchart is actually a strategic roadmap at Shenzhen PU for our teachers to develop TVET programs that respond to evolving industrial demands. We clarify the industry trend first, and then we analyze the industrial chain by identifying key players, technologies, jobs, and industry needs. After that, we developed and adapt programs based on industry expectations. And finally, we will deliver outcomes that directly serve the industry trend. Actually, it is an acquired general approach, but it is by following such a general approach that Shenzhen PU can make sure that its program development is driven by emerging and future industry needs. So this is showing the latest data from Shenzhen PU, 16 new programs introduced, and 70 to 16 programs upgraded. And 100% of them are aligned with 20 key industry clusters and 8 future industries. So this is a micro-level approach to design industry-aligned curriculum frameworks. We do the research first, and then identify core job positions. After that, we analyze typical job tasks and the required core competencies. And finally, we determine corresponding courses supporting core competencies to form the curriculum framework of the program. So beside those macro level approach and micro approach, we also follow the national standards and guidelines issued by the MOE. Actually, this is a screenshot from the formal website, which is about the 758 new program syllabuses for TVET. Actually, we can download each of the 785 new program syllabuses from this official website, which covers almost 53% of more than 1,400 programs listed in the national catalog of TVET programs. And this is one of the syllabuses that I downloaded from the website. It is about ICT engineering technology program syllabus. You could see the 11 dimensions as the basic framework for each of the syllabuses for programs in TVET. And moreover, actually when we designed our program or our curriculum, we not only follow those national standards and guidelines, which also consider the local environment, the local needs, of course. Then these are Shenzhen PU syllabuses framework for programs and courses. And the 4 images are just showing parts of the published syllabuses for programs and courses by Shenzhen PU. So Shenzhen PU has its own instructional reform by using project-based learning and at the same time embedding open pedagogy principles. So these are about 3 types of project-based curriculum design that are widely recognized and applied by Shenzhen PU's teacher in their practices. The first type are mainly for those theoretical courses. And the second type and the third type are mainly for those for most engineering programs with the projects correspond to real-world enterprise workflows. Then it's a framework again. It's a framework raised by Tyler with 4 basic elements of the curriculum. We should consider both the 4 elements as the processes when we design our digital curriculum. So first is the objectives. When we're designing our curriculum objectives, we consider the needs from the society, from the students, and also the programs. And then we further identify the learning objectives at various levels, from university level, department level, program level, curriculum level, and then to the unit level. So according to those course objectives, then we designed our curriculum by aligning with industry needs. This is showing a case of objective design at Shenzhen PU about the business English course. We analyze the relevant job position from 3 perspectives: typical job tasks, work processes, and job competency requirements. And then we further identify the course objectives from 3 perspectives: knowledge objectives, skill objectives, and the objectives relate to attitudes. And according to those objectives, then we will define the curriculum contents by identifying projects and subtasks. Those projects are designed and sequenced according to actual work processes and logical workflow. And each project, we have those multiple modules or subtasks within each of the projects. So for the organization process, these are the 6 dimensions that we need to consider when structuring the learning activities for our students. Who, what, where, when, how, and why. So this is the case again about business in English course. The class is structured as a simulated company. We have class as company simulation, and then team project planning, independent task execution. After that, project outcome presentation, and last, we have the learning outcome. So the evaluation in the business English course, we have 2 types of evaluation, summative evaluation and formative evaluation. And it has multi-source assessment, including content quality and presentation, interaction with audience, etc., etc. And it has 3 criteria for the evaluation, including self-assessment by team members, peer evaluation among groups, and instructors' comprehensive evaluation. So, about digital teaching and learning resources. Actually, Shenzhen PU is doing quite well, very well, in developing those digital teaching and learning resources. But not only Shenzhen PU, I think that most TVET institutions in China are doing quite well in developing digital teaching and learning resources, because we are supported and instructed by projects from various levels, national level, provincial level, and institutional level. Some of the projects are course-oriented, and some of them are program-oriented. I would take the quality courses projects as an example. It is a project raised by the national level. It has been lasted from 2003 to 2010. Within the 7 years, that more than 3,900 national level high-quality courses had been developed, and more than 750 higher education institutions has participated in the development. And besides, over 20,000 provincial and institutional high-quality courses had been developed. So all of that, basing on such outputs and achievement, we should say achievement, that the national government has established and launched a national level platform. It is called Smart Education of China. This platform integrates various existing resource systems and platforms. And by 2025 in May, more than 1,100 national and professional level program teaching and learning databases, and it has more than 27,000 high quality MOOCs, and over 164 million registered users, and more than 61.3 billion total views and users from over 200 countries and regions. So those projects are ongoing projects. So since 2019, and another national level course-related project is proposed by the central government. It is called Golden Courses Project, or we should say it also called First Class Courses Project. We expected that the courses should be categorized by advanced level and innovation, and it should be in diverse formats. So accordingly, Shenzhen PU launched our own initiative to advance the golden course development. We set the goals for the development of golden courses, and at the same time, we launched 10 projects for the development of golden courses. We established a robust curriculum development mechanism by issue and publish those official documents and rules within Shenzhen PU to support the development of golden courses. We clarify those quantitative indicators for the course development, and also the qualitative indicators. We also clarify those qualitative indicators for developing those courses. So as a result, for now, there are 817 golden courses has been developed in Shenzhen PU. Here, this slide is showing the 4 stages of integrating digital technologies into education, from emerge stage, applying stage, infusing stage to transforming stage, and accordingly, we have various and different classroom, different kinds of classroom: traditional classroom, multimedia classroom, and internet-connected classroom, the future classroom. I consider that Shenzhen PU is on the stage of confusing, or in the transitioning stage from infusing to transforming. So accordingly, we're now with the internet-connected classroom, or from the internet-connected classroom to the future classroom. So this slide shows the digital teaching and learning environments within Shenzhen PU. It's the real picture. Multimedia classrooms we have, and smart classroom, and immersive simulation training centers. So those are mainstream online learning platform in China that will be used by most teachers and students. And this is our internal teaching and learning platform, iStudy platform, which can support online teaching and learning at scale. Following, I would introduce you briefly about some teaching methods that we encourage our teachers within Shenzhen PU to use: the blended learning, simulation-based teaching, gamified teaching methods, flipped classroom teaching methods, personalized teaching methods. Then about the evaluation. In evaluation, including both evaluation of students' learning and evaluation of teacher. So let's begin with the evaluation of students' learning. I highly recommend that you could consider this assessment triangle. It is a framework for you to use when you evaluate your students' learning. It is a process, includes the 4 processes. The first is learning process. In the learning process, first you should consider how do students learn and acquire knowledge within a specific domain. After that, going to the observation process, we should consider what observation can we make to understand what students know and what they are able to do. And after that is the interpretation process. In this process, we should consider how do we interpret these observations, and then we have the last, a very important process, that's communication. How, when, and with whom do we share this evaluation? So then about the evaluation of teachers' training. Actually, this table is showing the 4 evaluation agents at Shenzhen PU. When we have those teaching quality evaluation, the 4 evaluation agents are students, teaching supervision, teacher self-evaluation, and management bodies. And this table it's about the specific indicators for Shenzhen PU's teacher training quality evaluation. So thanks to the Shenzhen PU iStudy teaching and learning platform data that we could support online evaluation and data monitoring of teachers' instructional activities. And also we are able to have authentic, reliable, and transparent in our teaching evaluations. So that's all from me today. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a very fruitful sharing session coming from Dr. Zheng. I bet some of you, some of the lecturers here, and also some of the top management are here, looking at into some of the facilities, the ICE Shenzhen PU. That one is very interesting, and also the management system. I think that are parts actually we could look into together, and how we can learn from one another, and especially on the curriculum development. I think most of us have the same wavelength, and perhaps we can proceed with the developing the digital content on MOOC micro-credential for further collaboration. Please hold on if some of you have some questions, because we will actually discuss on the questions at the end of the sessions of the forum. To conclude this session, I would like to conclude with one shared phrases and also text, yeah, which I think most of all of us have one shared commitment, spirit, and wisdom, where we actually need to build a resilient, future-ready TVET systems that respond to the demands of industry evolution and also digital transformation, as we need to ensure also the inclusive and equitable access to quality vocational education. Let's holding hands and be together for us to provide dynamic TVET ecosystem for UTHM, and as well as with our TVET partners as a whole, and also for us to provide a conducive and dynamic ecosystem for TVET globally. So once again, thank you very much to all of our panelists, Dr. Young and Dr. Zheng, for your time and also commitment to be with us in this forum. We really hope that this will not be the last session for all of us to meet, and also looking forward for further collaboration with all the panelists. Thank you, terima kasih, sia-sia Niman. To that, I hand over to Madam Chairperson, Dr. Mimi. Thank you.
Thank you, Associate Professor Dr. Doria, for moderating this session. How is everybody feeling? Are you all enjoying the workshop? Those online, we are not ignoring or forgetting about you. Okay, so now we will take a break, a short, very short break. We will come back at 10:30 to proceed with the next session. And in the meantime, there are some food and beverages at the back. And also, participants can scan for materials. The QR code is provided at the back for you to get the materials provided by Shenzhen PU. Right, with that, we'll come back at 10:30. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now resume to the next session. So I would like to get your cooperation to come back to the session. Okay, we will resume to the next session. So I would like to request the cooperation of all participants to get back to your seats so that we can move on to the next session. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We will now proceed with the next session. With that, I would like to invite Ms. Chong Shoya to moderate the next session. Over to you, Ms. Chong.
Thank you. Good morning, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong Zhuoya, Program Officer of the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET from Shenzhen Polytechnic University. It's my great pleasure to serve as the moderator for this second session. This session is titled Technological Innovations and AI Integration in TVET Practice. So this session brings together two experts from Shenzhen Polytechnic University with expertise in digital technologies. Following their presentations, we will have a joint Q&A session with Dr. Zeng from the first section. Now let's welcome our next speaker, Dr. Wu Qintian. He is a training expert from the School of AI at Shenzhen Polytechnic University. He earned his PhD in computer science from the University of Macau, and he specializes in computer vision and generative AI. Dr. Wu is an accomplished researcher with multiple JCRQ1 publications, and he's a recipient of the renowned Artificial Intelligence Award in China. Currently, he leads the Generative AI Teacher Training Initiative at Shenzhen Polytechnic University. Today, he will present on a case study on the development and application of DeepSeek plus EdTech tools. Let's warmly welcome Dr. Wu Qintian.
Excuse me, please change the slide. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Wu Qintian. I'm here very glad to talk about the development and applications of education tools powered by large language modules, a case study of DeepSeek. This is the outline. It will consider 4 parts. First, I will introduce the key concept, and then I will give a simple introduction of the rise of DeepSeek, and then give 4 main content, which is AIGC for text, image, video, and multimedia generation, and finally give a conclusion. First, the definition of large modules, which is given by ChatGPT. It refers to large language modules. It's a deep learning module with billions or even hundreds of parameters, okay? And train a massive data set, its capability of understanding and generating human-like text, images, code, and even multi-module content. Here, the large modules are reflects, the first character is massive parameter scale. And we can see that from the years of 2018 and to 2021, the parameters from million to trillion. And the second character is extensive training data. So we compare it with human who read hundreds of books is considered knowledgeable. What about large module? In fact, it reads the entire intellect, is doing practice every day, and that consists of massive scale data from website, encyclopedia, novels, code, and conversations. And third is high computations. And large modules demand extremely high computation resource, including thousands of GPUs or TPUs training in parallel for weeks or even months during training. So give you a sense of scale, GPT-3's training was estimated to use more than these numbers, which is a very huge calculations. And then the general purpose capability. Large modules are different from small modules, which typically train on specific data set, such as COCO key points. The significance lies in their generability. Here, small modules are like specialists. They perform exceptionally well within their specific domain, such as post estimation. But once the task goes beyond their comfort zone, they often struggle to keep up. However, two multi-module modules train on massive heterogeneous data set. Large modules acquire cross-domain generalization and multitask learning ability. And talking, which is how large modules perceive the world. To us, a piece of text is made of characters or words, but to large modules, it's breaking down to tokens, which is the fundamental unit for their understanding. Here we show a token is not the same as a word. Here shows the example, raw text, and its corresponding tokens, such as many words map to one token, but some do not, individuals. And also some Chinese characters. Here, why a token are important. When processing text, large modules only recognize tokens, not characters or words. And the numbers of tokens determines your cost, the length of the context you can use. And then is the scaling law. Why do large modules tend to be smarter? Here is a figure shows it's our empire rule that you may have heard of is scaling law. The more parameters a module has and the more diversity data trained on, the better it performs. And in fact, when training contains some noise, sufficient large data still enables the module to extract generalizable knowledges. And the key technology make all of this possible is transformer. And transformer is the game-changing architecture of AI. It's typically a neural network first introduced in 2017 in the paper. Attention is all you need. And its arrival revolutionized the field of neural language processing and laid the foundations of all major large language modules, including GPT, BERT, T5, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Doubao. Here's the architecture of transformer. It contains the multi-head, self-attention, and then feed-forward neural network. Okay, I will give a brief introduction of how GPTs built. The development of process mainly involves 3 stages. First, we have the pre-training. The goal is to teach the module to predict the next words. In fact, it's the next tokens, such as when I give it a sentence, such input artificial neural. So the next most possibility token would be network, right? And second, we apply supervised fine-tuning. This stage builds on the pre-trained modules by providing with example questions and a corresponding answer. So the module learns this example to generate more accurate and useful response, such as we give the question, what's the capital of Malaysia? And then we can get the answer from the website or encyclopedia from these answers. But even that was enough to make sure the module can behave aligned with human expectations. So we use the third stage, that is reinforced learning with human feedback. Here we give examples such give module a task and a reward system. So if it gives a good response, it will get a reward. And if not, it will give a penalty. So this helps train the module in a way that are more helpful, harmless, and aligned with human values. So the second and the third stage, which involve human input, together we refer this human in the loop process as the alignment. Here you can think the alignment as the finishing touching, similarly to a Chinese item, 画龙点睛, which means that to paint a dragon, then dot the eyes. The module is already be powerful after pre-training and fine-tuning, but alignment is bring it to life, make it truly useful, safe, and aligned with human values. However, alignment is the finishing touching is also the most important part. If palette in the wrong place, the whole picture's changed. So pre-trainings create a powerful beast, right? Which is raw, intelligent, and aware of human values. So alignment is like the putting a mask and the guarding layer that helps the beast interactive and helpfully in the real world. Okay, then is the knowledge distillation, which we are from the chemical distillation setup. We first heating some liquids and then considers the target, right? In AI, if we give a picture, we can get a teacher module. The teacher module can recognize the pictures, such as give a score of the labels. It may be 90% is a horse, 10% is a person. But in true labels, that only assign one label to these pictures. It may assign 100% is the horse, right? So to train a student module, if you use the train modules, two labels, we may miss some important information. So we can use the teacher module to as a target to train the student module. So the ideas of knowledge distillation is to interact and condense the knowledge from a big smart brain that is a teacher module and pass it to a smaller brain that is a student module. And the knowledge distillation in large modules, here we can use ChatGPT as the teacher module, and you can train your own modules, which by input the same promote and then get the answers from the aligned modules to train your own modules. So which here we can use ChatGPT or Gemini or Tianwen as a teacher module and to train the student module, which may save cost and save the data connection. And then is the general and the reasoning large modules. General modules which train on large-scale dataset and have good advantages of understanding and generating capability. But as to reasoning modules, it can simulate a process of thinking before answering. So it can generate a visible chain of thought before producing final answers. Here we can see non-reasoning questions. What's the capital of China? And some reasoning questions. If a train trains at speed or by 7 hours, what's the distance? Okay, then the second part is the rise of DeepSeek. DeepSeek is a Chinese technology specialized on GAI. Its latest release, DeepSeek R1, is an inference module that has been open sourced. And we can see the development milestones, and it founded in 2023, and then later open give some large modules with open source. And in the beginning of the year of 2025, it released the next generations of inference module, that is DeepSeek R1, which has comparable performance with OpenAI's O1. Okay, DeepSeek R1 gains global attention since it's released. It quickly topped the US downloads charts, and on January 20th, DeepSeek was ranking the #1 in downloads across more than 168 countries. Here is the time taken to reach 100 million users by popular products. DeepSeek used 7 days, and ChatGPT used 2 months, and TikTok, Pinduoduo used less than 1 year. WeChat, Instagram, and more than 1 year. So OpenAI CEO Sam Altman acknowledged DeepSeek's technology strengths, and also some industry giants like NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Amazon have all integrated DeepSeek to their systems. And evaluation benchmarking against the best. In the reasoning task performance, it can achieve mathematical reasoning on par with top modules. Also, it can expert levels code generation. And performance on knowledge-based tasks, it outstanding in educational questions and answers, and powerful non-exam intelligence, achieve the rate that is ranking for most top 1 or top tiers results. So it's local deployment, flexible and efficient. DeepSeek's local deployment can meet the needs of various scenarios, such as in the edge side deploy. It can show strong adaptability and flexibility in edge side, such as module lightweighting. It has smaller modules such as 1 billion, 7 billions, up to 70 billions. Real-time performance. On edge device, meet real-time requirements, make suitable for smart home or autonomous driving. And also some hardware capability, support mainstream hardware platforms such as Intel and NVIDIA. And also the offline capability, so it's suitable for scenarios with limited network connectivity. And compared to top-tier similar products, DeepSeek follow differential technology approaches in reinforced logical reasoning R1 and long text efficiency. Here we compare it with different large modules such as OpenAI's O1, Llama Cloud, and Aaron Bots, and which are different such as open source, closed source, or large modules or inference modules, and shows their key functions and advantages. Also maybe have some disadvantages for different scenario. Okay, DeepSeek adopt open source strategy. Public reasoning is module weights, technique reports, allow developers to reuse, modify, and distribute its technology. However, since GPT-3, OpenAI has gradually moved towards a closed approach, become closed AI. It ignites the boom in generative large language modules. However, open source modules have some advantages also with some challenges, such more accessibility, customizability, and community support. Also with some challenges. However, the ACM Turing Award lectures, this guy Yan Dechen says China is surpassing the US in AI. You may read this wrong. The correct reading is that open source modules are surpassing the proprietary ones. And then is the cost advantages. DeepSeek has significantly reduced model training and inference cost. Such DeepSeek V1 is only 1.5 million, significantly lower than that of other top tiers. And the inference cost, the output API price, is only 3% of OpenAI's O1, further lowering the barriers to adaptation. And then is the training efficiency. V-Sign was trained V3 was trained to use 1,000 H800 GPUs over a period of 2 months. However, the Llama 3 used more than 1,600 more powerful H100 GPUs, nearly more than 2 months to train these big modules. And the reasoning capability is a core breakthrough of DeepSeek R1. Its reinforced learning driving is the first module trained entire through the reinforced learning without any supervised fine-tuning. And its target reasoning enhancement also improved the overall module capability. Here is the DeepSeek R1 inference capability testing, such as we tested what's the next numbers in the sequence, such as 3, 10, 15, 60, 26. So after search for several seconds, and R1 gives the answer is 35. Yes, and the explanations are all correct. Also, we use V3 inference capability testing, and it gives the answers without thinking, and also gives the correct answer. Also, we use ChatGPT to testing the same question. Okay, ChatGPT also gave the correct answer, but we can see the reasoning process is incorrect. Also, we choose the Kimi, also a very popular large modules Kimi. Also gave the right answer. Also, we have given third-party access channels for DeepSeek, such as the Signate, the Silicon Flow, and the Aliyun, and also weekend engines, as well as these resources. You can access DeepSeek with free access. And also, there are more local deployment modules, such as a full version, which has more than 671 billion. Also, some distilled modules, which give the base module and then use the R1 as the teacher module. Okay, this is then the main content for AIGC for text, image, video, multimedia. Okay, this is DeepSeek promote examples, which is from the TIP library, which can have these functions from the official website, such as code rewrite, code explanation, code generation, poetry rewriting, as well as many. Also, the mode promote. Here we choose some of the examples from this library. First is code generation. We can input the promote word to DeepSeek. Please help to generate a gamble game using HTML or code saved in one HTML. Okay, in fact, this is a video. Please help me click the pictures. Okay, then DeepSeek will respond with the HTML code, and we can run it directly by DeepSeek. So we hadn't up to build the UI interface or the logic of how the game play. We can just use it with this promote, okay? And also we can use the module promote word generation to help generate high quality promote words based on our user needs. Such as here we give a template. If to the system, to DeepSeek, we can say you are expert in generating promote for large modules, rewrite based the user needs and requirements which is for. And if you are a user, you can put your need, such as generating or promote for performing AIGC program training, and then put this promote into DeepSeek. We can generate this markdown text, which is AIGC training assistant promote. The role is called capability, knowledge base. Okay, based on this markdown output, we can use this promote to write a curriculum standard for AIGC fundamentals and applications. Okay, so it can also generate the curriculum standards such as course orientation, module design, and labs. Also, we can use it to do automatic PowerPoint or slide. Also use the same template and just input your need, such as generate or promote for writing a well-designed PowerPoint outline. So it will put this markdown text, smart assistant role, professional PowerPoint architect, your position, your capability, your knowledge reserved. So based on this AI PPT outline assistant, we can use it to design PowerPoint for your own purpose, such as to introduce the basic introduction and applications of AIGC, generative AI, and output the markdown format. So this is the markdown of this TTP content, such as title slide, agenda, introduction, also some other key applications and different parts. Then we can copy the markdown slides to have conversations with Kimi PPT assistant. Here is the website. Also, this is a video. Okay, sorry, this is a video to generate AI PPT. So we'll give this promote to Kimi PPT assistant. We can generate PPT and then choose a template. Then it will automatically generate this PowerPoint. Okay, so this point is quite long, right? More than 30 pages, which has very high quantity. Okay, we also can use AI to generate some more colorful tables, such as in the tool, which is Python in charts gallery, such as Sunburst or some word cloud. These word clouds are Chinese. We also can translate into English. Some tree layout and Sankey diagram, all of these figures from this Python in charts gallery. So we can visit this website and choose the figure tabs you want to show, and then we can copy the Python code. Okay, we can use the WPS AI table to generate. First, we copy this Python script into this box, and then copy this Python code from website, and then we can run the script. Then we can get this radar, the basic radar diagram. Also, we can use this template to refer it the word cloud code and help me write a word map for popular directions in the development of AI and reply in English. So without any changing, then it can generate these word cloud examples. So it shows the popular directions in AI, such as deep learning, generative AI, robotics, and so on. And then it's AIGC for imaging. There are some tools such as international tools and Chinese domestic tools. Here we mainly show Stable Diffusion and DALL-E 3, Midjourney, and Leonardo, more of these fundamental modules. Also some Chinese tools, major professional platforms, and so on. Here we use Stable Diffusion as the image generation tool, which supports image to text, text to image to images, and inpainting. And Stable Diffusion comes to Midjourney and DALL-E 3, which is open source and have more user control and low cost. Or you have is a GPU which is more than 8G, and then you can generate images like this and this. Here is a web UI of Stable Diffusion, which is the user interface. This is a text-to-image-based module, and the positive promote, which describes the element you want to show. And negative promote is you want to avoid. And then some important parameter settings, such as we can give this promote, such as basic quantity, masterpiece, high resolution, a girl with armors or hair, and necklace, jewelry, and based on these modules, we can generate these pictures with SD. Okay. So also we have a portrait promote, such as portrait of a man. So it will like this. So I will ask you one question: how to make him younger? Okay. So I maybe use this promote such as portrait of man without a mistake. So what will it look like? In fact, it enhances the mistake, right? So SD may perform exceptional way in image generation, but it may strongly to semantic comprehension. So how to do this? We may use the negative promote, such as the mistake, right? And then we can get the right pictures you want to show. Okay, very young. Okay. So the question is how to write good image generation promote. First, for example, how to describe these pictures. You may give some positive promote, a beautiful, powerful mystery, sources, a smiling setting, and so on. And such negative promote, the important parameter settings, the steps, the sampler, schedule, state, and so on. So which is very complex, right? So we can use ChatGPT or DeepSeek as a promote engineer. We can, to DeepSeek from now on, you can act as a promote engineer for SD, your task, blah, blah, and follow this procedure to complete your task. And then show the workflow, the image scenario description, positive, negative, promote, and so on. And then give example so the DeepSeek can learn, such as input is a teacher in class. So an example output would be image content, positive or negative promote, and some parameters. So DeepSeek can learn from these examples. And after this, you can ask DeepSeek again with a woman with temperament. So it will generate with this context, which include image content, positive or negative, and parameters. So with these parameters, we can generate the images. Okay. So is the picture shows the content. Also, we can use the image content to choose this. Have you played games Black Myth Wukong? Okay. So all of this can be generated by Stable. Use the promote DeepSeek promote. Okay. And also we can use the guided image generation. Promote are not always sufficient. Some images can't be described with words. So how to do in this case? So these pictures may be complex to describe. Such as we use this promote, some nursery, robot, complex 3D, rendering ultra detail, and so on. So we can use the promote to generate images like this. They look similar, but not the same, right? In fact, we can use the ControlNet to guide the reference images to our target images. So we can detect the canning edge of the picture, and then we can use it to control the canning edge to direct the image direction. So we can generate the target image like this, okay? And also we have line guided image generation, which have the reference images. We can detect the lines, and then we give the promote, such as modern vineyard, trees, grassland, and then we can generate the target image. Also, we can use the promote of Tang Dynasty building, ancient China architecture, structure, and generate image like this. So there are more complex scene. We can detect the lines and also some Chinese style architecture and then generate the red house like this. Okay, this is the Temple of Heaven. Have you ever seen this picture? Have you been to Beijing to see these famous buildings? No. Yes, okay. It's built almost 600 years ago during the Ming Dynasty. Was used by the empire, by both in Ming and Qing Dynasty to pray for good harvest. Okay, and we can detect its contour and use the contour to generate this images like this. Also, we can use the soft edge to guide. We can detect soft edges and then use this target with simple promote such as girl and then high different resolution. And also we can use this, segmentation, such as giving the reference images. We can segment the images with different semantic labels and then use the promote to generate a target image. Okay, this is a post guide. This is Terracotta Army. Yes, which is also very famous in the worldwide. Yes, it's in Xi'an province in the west of China. So have you been to Xi'an to see this this army? Not yet, okay. In fact, it's created over 2,000 years ago during the Qing Dynasty to guard the empire in the afterlife. So we can detect its pose like this, okay? And then use the pose to guide the image generation, such as the target image is a person playing basketball with these parameters. We can generate the target. Okay, also we can recolor the images. It's used to add colors to different images suitable for restoring or the old black or white photographs. So we can recolor like this. Also the image style, okay? This is me, okay? I can use the promote such as Marvel comic style, heuristic pose, and capture floating. So what the result will be like, okay? Will be like this, okay? So it's amazing, right? Okay, this is the leader of our department. So I will use the promote to describe him. A very charming young academic, well-groomed appearance, gentle smile, and so it will be like this, okay? Yes. So we can also do some face-aware image generation. This is the image generated by AI, right? So this is who? Elon Musk, right? So will be the person in the left, will be top richest man in the world. Okay, here is the mixed face generation. Yes. So the tool is driven AI, Jimeng AI, okay? It's also a Chinese AI-powered company. So we can do some AI-powered text lightening and shadow effects, such as to enhance racial impact for simulating realistic lighting. Okay, here is Chinese characters of Shenzhida, which means the Shenzhen Politic University, and we can use the characters to embed it in the picture. We also have TVET, okay? The technical vocation, education, and training. And there are more pictures to show this case. And also, so maybe next time I will use the UTHM to generate this AI effects, okay? And then is AIGC for video. All of you must have heard Sorrow. So it's our filmmaker begins. And the birth of Sorrow means AI is no longer just a literature use, but it starts to take the role of film director. Sorry, click the picture to show the videos. Okay, just promote like this, realistic climatic area drone. Also click the video. Yes, a lion driving an open jeep in the Tanzania safari, okay? And Dreamon AI is a tool which can do AI image generation generated by bat-downs. It allows users to correct in different style by promotes and reference images. Also connect the image for video. Okay, so all of you know this young child. Okay, have you seen the film? Okay. A second one, connect the picture. Thank you. Okay, this is a cheap style, let raining appear adorable. Okay. And more click, thank you. So which is famous picture, 千里江山图 in China. Okay, all of you know this man in the picture? No? So his name is Du Fu. It's one of the greatest points in Chinese history, often refers to the point historical or seed of poetry. So we can use the AI technology to redraw his look like or appearance. Also, we can make it to come alive. Connect the right side picture, thank you. Okay, just bring it to life. He just read his poetry, okay, in alive. So how to do this? First, we can use the DeepSeek to generate, promote, and use the Dream AI to generate images and videos. We can, to DeepSeek, give an English promote to generate a portrait of Tang Dynasty Point Du Fu, and then it will give the promote like this. And then we can, in the Dream AI, we can copy this promote generated by DeepSeek and give the reference images from the book, okay? And then you can, we can get for pictures like this and choose the best one you think is the most good. And then we can use the digital human. We can import the images generated or prepare step, and then enter the text you want to say. And then it will generate these videos. Okay, it also for single item product promotion. Here we use the flashcard, 闪剪, okay? We can also customize your own digital human. First uploading your training videos or your voice, and then customizing this digital human and start training. And then we can also use DeepSeek to generate the graphic content. Here's the demos, okay? Click the picture, thank you.
WFH Warriors. This smart dock lets you Netflix and work 360 degree swivel plus magnetic grip. Spill coffee, still standing. Was 49, now 19. Comment DIBs to claim.
Okay, thank you. Click the next one.
继续给你们推荐超棒的青蛙王子面霜，它就像肌肤的小精灵，质地滋润，淡不油腻，每次使用容易给脸蛋开个小派对，营养成分纷纷涌入肌肤底，无论是干燥期，它都能细纹，而且味道清新好闻，仿佛置身于青蛙王子世界。用了青蛙王子面霜，让你的肌肤时刻水润，就像被魔法点过一样，
Okay, so it's very good, useful for e-commercial, right? To promote the product sale. Also, the talking face generation is AI technology that can synthesize realistic videos of a human face talking. And here shows this a GitHub project, hierarchical audio-driven visual system for promote image generation. And also it has released the training code, and you can try your own training. And also is support Windows version and beginner friendly and almost require no coding experience. So you can download and then try this Hello talking systems. Okay, we just use the AI generated images, okay? And use DeepSeek to correct a personal introduction in English. Hello, please connect the right side picture. Okay, so this is the Chinese version. Due to time limitation, I will just pause it. Okay, this is who. Yes. It's in the year of 2000. I was in the 6th grade in my primary school. So I can also use DeepSeek to refine the introduction. Okay, connect this picture, thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Richie, and I'm delighted to introduce my future self 20 years from now. I come from a rural village in central China, and my dream has been to become a scientist. After earning my PhD from the University of Macau, I joined Shenzhen Polytechnic University as a lecturer. I'm truly excited to participate in today's conference, and I've prepared thoroughly for it. I hope you all enjoy my presentation.
So all of you enjoy my presentation? Okay. Okay, then is the last part is AIGC for multimedia, such as we can do it to do XR, DeepSeek generate promote, and Dream AI to generate images, and Triple 3D to generate 3D module. We can ask DeepSeek to generate some DeepSeeks, such as a Dart Naja from the film, help me design a text to image promote, and then it will give this promote text like this, or that version, and all of this blah blah. Okay, then we can use the Dream AI to generate images, put the promote in these tools, and we can generate 4 pictures, and then choose the best one. And like this. So we can use the generated images into the Trip 3D to generate a 3D module in this triple website. Okay, connected picture, thank you. So we can just use the tools to translate 2D images to 3D modules. Then we can import the 3D module to the XR tool, which is Slime KV Cube. Also click this picture. Okay. So in fact, I'm working at this coffee shop, and then the Naja just come in front of me in reality, right? So I didn't have one code or have the XR experience. I just use AI to help me do it step by step. And it's very efficient. And then is the conclusion. In fact, this PPT is generated by AI. So AIGC has the potential to transform creativity, to cross various industries, numerous benefits, cost efficiency, innovation. However, it comes with challenges that need to ensure responsible and ethical use. And also experiment with AIGC help leverage full potential while mitigating its risks and embrace the opportunity offered by AIGC. And also, I use DeepSeek to give a conclusion. Okay, we are standing at the dawn of a new era. So the text is long. I also can use the AIGC to text the video for me. Okay, thank you. Please connect the picture.
We are standing at the dawn of a new era, where creativity is no longer limited by human hands. DeepSeek Plus empowers the future of content creation across text, images, sound, and XR. From the spark of inspiration to the realization of ideas, DeepSeek Plus makes creativity more accessible and expression more limitless. In the future, AIGC will not replace human creativity. It will amplify it. Together, we will explore new frontiers of imagination. DeepSeek Plus, co-creating the future.
Okay, at last, I want to acknowledge my team. These 8 guys are from my class. They have different tasks, and also there's so much materials in this PowerPoint. And without these guys' help, I couldn't finish this PowerPoint. Okay, and also thanks to Tsinghua University for their DeepSeek development and research. Okay, this is the last. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wu, for your interesting presentation. I think all participants, including me, quite enjoyed your presentation. Now, let's just continue this interesting session with our next speaker, Dr. Chi Hai Zhou from the School of ICT at our university. Dr. Chi holds a PhD also in computer science from the University of York. And he also holds a master, he got his master degree of science in AI from the University of Edinburgh. He has worked at Lenovo, Amazon, and Tencent before joining Shenzhen Polytechnic University. Now he's actively engaged in modular neural networks and also reinforcement learning. He's also the author of several textbooks of our universities and also the mentor to award-winning student teams. Today, Dr. Chi will share on deep learning from academic research to industrial practice. Let's warmly welcome Dr. Chi.
It's a cute owl looking at everyone here, right? Okay. So good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about deep learning from academia to industry practice. Right. So I will share some of my own or personal experience because we know that most of you, maybe you don't have that much industry experience. So let's go through it. So this is agenda of our my talk here. So here are 4 sections. First one is I'll briefly talk about my journey, and the second we will explore about the gaps between the academia and the industry, and then we go back to the talent expectation, and finally we have Q&A, right? So start with my journey. So here I made a timeline of my own experience. I was a graduate from Zhejiang University. I pursued a Bachelor of Engineering of Optoelectronics. So luckily you know that the founder of DeepSeek, we are in the same department. And then after that I go to University of Edinburgh to pursue the artificial intelligence in the year of 2010. So it's like 15 years before, right? After graduate, I go to Lenovo and Amazon for, you can see it as a gap job, right? And finally, I applied for the PhD in computer science and doing research in natural language processing. After graduated from the University of York, I went to the Tencent. I don't know what, any of you know that? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I went there to do AI application research, which is we were doing the recommendation system. I don't know any of you here use the app TikTok? Yeah? Okay, Red Note? No. Okay, yeah. So actually the recommendation system is everywhere around us. So all our daily lives are somehow affected by the recommendation system. And now, luckily, I'm a lecturer in Shenzhen Polytechnic University. Okay, so this is a brief timeline. So I would like to talk about my journey in academia. I don't know any of you here have ever experienced in academia. So my experience in academia mainly lies on the PhD study. So here I show you you can see there is a pie graph that is my time allocation. So in 2010, from 2010 to 2014, before the deep learning era, my research focused on statistical machine translation and traditional NLP. So my allocation would be like 40% to doing the coding, experiments with a data set. And I also do some paper reading. It's very essential to get to know the development of academia. And there are 20% that I need to spend on writing and also 10% for communication. Maybe some of you think that the communication is just, the time allocation is too small, right? That is because, back to 2010 and 2014, the natural language processing is not as much as popular as now, because back to then, everything was traditional. Okay. About my experience in industry, you can see that the time allocation is quite different. There are still like 40% of time doing some coding works, and there will be 30% of time allocation for the data analysis, which is running cycles, check assumptions, and also find some inspirations on very huge data set. And there is more communications because we have to have meetings with colleagues and other teams, like production team, operation team, and security team. Also, there's a specific engineering team to deploy our algorithm, our models. And I don't know, any of you here are students? Yeah, okay. So somehow, if you work in the industry, especially which focus on development or research, there is a very typical career path like this. So we have a very small research unit or R&D unit. Usually there are 3 members. You can see on the bottom, right? 3 to 8 members, depends on your business. And after like 5 to 10 years, 1 or 2 members will grow up to the tech lead or supervisor. So each team will have 1 to 2 tech lead or 1 to 2 supervisor. So they have like 5 to 10 years experience in industry. And if you stay in the team for like 10 or 20 years, you can grow to be a general manager. You will supervise a huge team. There should be 1 or 2 or 3, or even sometimes 10 research units like this. You have to supervise. So that's a very typical career path in technology companies, like Tencent, like Alibaba, like ByteDance. Yeah. So they all have structure like this. So why do I talk about this career path? Because it's related to the somehow it's related to AI. Well, how do industry understand the AI? I would say that we have narrow perception of AI in industry. You can see before 2014, when we talk about AI, there will be like A-star search, robotics, like sci-fi. Okay, so those terms came to our mind when we talk about AI in industry. And after 2014, when we talk about AI, it would be highly likely deep learning appear to the brain of industry guys, right? And nowadays, especially after 2022, after the the publish of the ChatGPT, we have, like, when we talk about AI in industry, most likely it be the large language models or the text to image models or text to videos. So I would say that somehow it's narrow percepted, right? So that we have something like the experience and the AI expertise paradox. You can see on the right bottom there is a curve. On the x-axis, it represents the length of the career of an industry guy. And you can see that the vertical axis represents the knowledge depth of AI. It shows that the professionals with longer industry experience tend to have less exposure to modern AI techniques and research trends. It's quite easy to understand that, right? Because AI is recently getting popular. And, but somehow we can see that after the peak, there is a downtrend of like knowledge of depth of AI. Why this happens? Because that the education cannot chase the industry very fast, because we have a lot of courses that is not that tied to the modern AI techniques in industry. Yeah. We have to admit that our education has fallen behind these 3 years. So this gap can lead to challenges in adopting cutting-edge technologies or understanding their business value. So how do we make the curve going higher? That's the job of us, right? So somehow we can make the digital transformation faster and rapid in the future. Yeah. Okay. One of my observations is that the legacy system, outdated technologies, is still running. You can see that Elon Musk. Okay, here we see him again. We know that when he was in the Department of Doge, right? He said that the government is literally still running COBOL code, which is even older than the DOS, the oldest DOS system. Have you ever heard this coding language, COBOL? Yeah, so it's like 40 or more than 40 years old. So I would say that many industry systems still rely on outdated tools, frameworks, or non-AI methods, even in like the first tier technology giants. And the technical debt and the infrastructure constraints often slow down the adoption of newer or more effective AI or deep learning ready solutions. So what I see is that some experts, like when I was working in the Amazon, I was a supply chain analyst, and there are some logistic experts. They're still using Excel, and they refuse to use like intelligent tools to automatically optimize the routine, the transport routine. So I would say that this is a technical debt. So here, let's see the gaps between the academia and the industry. So this is a chart that shows the search trend of transformers. I think Dr. Wu has already shown you the transformers, but this transformers is not the movie transformers of movie. This is a neural network structure that published by Google in 2017. You can see that the trend from 2017 to now, this trend spent like almost 10 years, right? Almost 10 years. So what we can see from this chart is that the SOTA isn't always a priority in industry. So actually, why this happens? Because the performance is a major focus in academic research, right? So somehow when we publish paper, we will check it on some benchmarks and see if we achieve the SOTA, but it's often less critical in the industry settings. So in industry, we have to consider a lot of things like robustness, interpretability, scalability, and somehow whether or not this solution is easy to deploy into our existing infrastructure. So I would say that the SOTA is not equal to the industry value, but is very important for academia. And sometimes the SOTA may be very minor. Overfit. The SOTA can be improvements may be very minor comparing to the existing solution. And somehow I would say that a lot of SOTA they overfit to specific benchmarks. Even some large language models we are using now, they have this issue as well. So. And the second is that the reproducibility and the transparency challenges. We have some challenges like this because when we see a SOTA in academia, we see that the implementation details are very likely to be unclear or omitted. So it will be very difficult to make the industry people to transit the academia SOTA into the industry practice. And sometimes we can see that there is poor documentation and some papers, their results lack of open source. So this makes the translation of SOTA results, when we put it into industry practice, it's very difficult. And the performance of the academia doesn't always translate to industry practical. Here I will show you an example because I was coaching my students to participate in the AWS Deep Racer. I don't know whether any of you have heard the Deep Racer? No? Okay. So we know that there is self-driving cars, right? So the Deep Racer, to be simple, that the Deep Racer is basically a toy car with a camera in the front. So the race is in the track, you can see. And on the right-hand side, it's it looks like the academia dataset. You can see that the track is rendered in virtual environment, and we will use reinforcement learning techniques to train our self-driving model. So you can see on the right-hand side, the background is clean, right? And the light is constant, but on the left-hand side, this is the input frame of the camera captured on the front camera in real track. So we can see that the background is not very clear, right? We have like boards, and we can also see that the lights will change when the little car travel on the different point on the track. So this is a gap that in the academia, everything is like clean and well organized, but in the industry, there will be a lot of like dirty works. So we have to talk about the novelty, right? So I think this term is very important to both academia and the industry. However, I think the academia and the industry treats this word very differently. When we introducing novel AI models into real-world business scenarios, so it's fraught with difficulties. Like I talked before in previous slides, that we have to consider scalability issues and also like some unforeseen complications. And the second is that sometimes it's very hard to ensure those models work reliably under all conditions, like the DeepSeek, the tool. I remember that when it was very popular last year, when I want to try some prompts in it, it doesn't respond at all. So yeah, that's a big issue. We know that the model is novel, but into industry, we want something else, more than just a novelty. And sometimes there is something called the stark reality of innovation, because in industry, we measure whether or not we want the novelty into our practice. We know that novelty is good, right? Especially now, we can see that the new academic result comes every week, right? So according to my own statistic, less than 3% of new initiatives actually yield positive results when measured against the business metrics. We know that in recommender system, there is a tool called A/B test. So I know that most of you use TikTok, right? So sometimes when TikTok publish a new feature, so like you can click the like, right? We know that the like is on the right-hand side, but some of you maybe that button will move to the bottom. So there will be A group and B group, and the TikTok will monitor which group have better customer value. So that's the A/B test. So from my own experience in Tencent, less than 3% of the new ideas or novelty when we apply the novelty into practical, less than 3%, they gave positive results. So I would say that this low success rate underscores the importance of focusing on practical or proven solutions over on tested innovations. Still, it's because the different data set or different settings in the academia and industry. And the last of the point of novelty is that in industry we have to balancing with the practice. So we know that the innovation is very crucial, but if we think it longer, right? So it's crucial for longer term growth and the competitive advantage. It must be balanced with pragmatic considerations to ensure the sustainable business value. So like the Dr. Wu has shown you a lot of tools that you can use DeepSeek models in it, right? So I don't know how many of these tools still working, still keep up with the newest DeepSeek model, or do they just keep the previous one? So all these problems we have to take into consideration. And the second is that we need to prioritizing robustness, otherwise you will lose your customer, right? And maintainability is also very important, and measurable improvements should guide the adoption of new technology. Yeah. So how do we measure whether or not the novelty should be applied for the industry practice? We have something called the ROI. So the ROI refers to the return over investment. So what is investment? In industry, we have three aspects to consider about. So the first is the human resource. We have to see how many man days or team hours we have to spend on application of the new AI or deep learning techniques. And the second is that we have, that the deep learning or the AI requires a lot of computation power. So we have to consider about the infrastructure costs like CPU or GPU hours. We also have to consider about the cloud bandwidth and storage. And last, because I used to work in a recommender system, we have to consider about the user cost, because some fancy deep learning techniques will potentially give negative impact of our user experience. So sometimes, like when we deploy new model, the user latency is increased. Sometimes you may experience that when you browse TikTok videos, there are some lag, right? So we want to avoid inappropriate cost of the users. Okay, so that is not to say that ROI is either good or bad. Yeah, it has pros and cons, right? So the pros will be that the ROI will encourage fast-paced execution and prioritization of high-impact work. And often the result is quantifiable. It is very important in real work that you can quantify your work. And usually your work will be directly tied to the business KPIs, like how many users have increased to your product and how many users still use your product after 3 months. And the cons are the first, that usually the ROI can lead to short-term thinking, because we know that the big corporations or the industry, they make OKR or the KPI every 3 or 6 months. So when we talk about ROI, it can lead to short-term thinking. The leader will think whether or not we can finish this investment and get positive result during this term of the year. And second is that the ROI may discourage innovations or investments in areas that are hard to quantify but strategically important. I would say that the language model is one of exception, because the open AI, they don't have to worry about the investment and the return. Yeah, so that's why the language models has brought us the AI revolution. And I would say that there is also iteration speed gap between the academia and the industry. I don't know how many of you have used those tools, because I see there is an AI lab here. There's Microsoft and Huawei, right? So usually in academia, we don't have like integrated tools for us to deploy our latest deep learning models. But in industry, like Amazon, they have SageMaker, and in Microsoft Azure, they have the Azure machine learning platform, and in Alibaba, they have Pi platform, and in Tencent, we have Taiwan platform for the deployment of deep learning. You can very quickly, you can rapid translate from the concept to deployment with some lines of code. So from my own experience, once I saw a paper, if you want to translate the paper result into production, the quickest way to make it happen can be in hours, just in hours. So this agility allows for the very quick validation of ideas and rapid feedback loops, which is very different to academia. We have to implement everything in academia. We have to code, we have to use like Python, Jupyter networks, we have to write PyTorch or TensorFlow code to deploy our deep learning models in academia. But in industry, we have all these integrated tools. And the iteration speed is also, we don't have to worry something like defect tolerance. We don't have to worry about some small issues. So I would say it's defect tolerance, and we have to we focus on practical. So sometimes we know that the industry data sets, we have a lot of dirty data. For example, in the user profile, some user may not to say that they are a male or female, right? So that is empty data, and some user they have like a false birthday date. Yeah. So in industry we have all these issues, but which is minor problem in academia. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. So so in industry, the emphasis is on delivering functional solution quickly. Yeah, we want to do everything quick, not perfect. So in industry is that. But in academia, I think no one can accept your methodology, your procedure. If there is some problem, your paper would not be published, right? So in industry, we also have team pressure. I would say it's team pressure. We have to collaborative teamwork is very significant. And this also accelerates the iterations process because we can, we can work as a team to solve the problem separately. And but I think in academia, most of the time, you will work on a specific task alone. And in industry, we have effective communication and coordination because it's very crucial to cooperate with other teams and other colleagues. Otherwise, you cannot achieve the career success. So, yeah, in industry, the model performance is very, very important. Because usually your product or your service are faced to the customer or users, thousands or even millions of users. So the model performance is very, very crucial. So despite the speed, the performance of models is very, somehow it's, I would say it's 1 volt. It's 1 volt. When I was working in Tencent as a researcher, we have very, very, very strict metric on the model performance that one recommendation should spend less than 300 milliseconds. Otherwise, the user will feel the lag between the videos. And the industry, yeah, we have to ensure the robustness and the scalability. Imagine that there is a new product, and after months, the user can grow from 10,000 to million. So we have to ensure that the model or the deep learning algorithm is you can scale it up very quickly. So yeah, to wrap the ideas of gaps. So I would say that there are 4 major gaps between the academia and the industry. The first is the SOTA. It's not the industry priority, and the second is novelty. It drives recognition and not always the value. And the third is that the ROI rules the decisions. We have to consider the return and the investment and balance it. And the fourth is that we have to speed over the perfection. We have to either, we have to fastly implement all our solutions, or we have to fail very quickly. Okay, so although I have observed those gaps between the academia and the industry, I have seen that the boundary between the academia and the industry is getting, is getting closer. So the number of papers from the industry surges in recent years, especially after the AI and ChatGPT. And some companies like ByteDance, Tencent, Alibaba, those tech giants, they have special teams that they have OKR, which is objective to measure their performance. They have OKR of publishing papers. The more paper they publish, the more impact they will be in the industry. And second, that cooperation is very, very popular. There are more papers with authors from both academia and the industry. So what I can say is that a lot of students go to internship in big giants, and somehow they even hire people from the universities to do some research in their corporate. So back to our education. We have to talk about the talent expectation. So what does industry expect from talent? I don't know any of you have idea that, okay, when you apply for a job, what do the company want from you? I will not answer the question very directly. Here I give you 3 cases from my own experience. So in daily works, you have to face some problem like if we have some videos, right? The videos are assigned with like low quality text. And the second case that we want to model the user behavior history in recommendation, right? And the third case that fresh videos, like you just publish a video now, how do we assign the exposure to these new videos? So in industry, you have to face those problems concurrently, and there'll be no clear answer or no clear solution for your problem. So you have to solve those problems independently and concurrently. And you have to do a lot of things like analysis, yeah, and do some survey. And you also have to sometimes, in most cases, you have to implement and monitor your solution. And last, you have to verbose to announce that you have successfully solved the problem and assign credits to your team members. So. So there are a few abilities that is very important in working in industry, deep learning industry. You have to be a very good salesman. So you have to sell your point to others like, okay, I see a very good model, very novel model. I want to put this model into our existing solution. But you have to sell this point, consider about the ROI and other aspects. And the second is that you have to be a very good storyteller. You have to, which is very similar to academia, you have to wrap your contributions into very good stories. I know that Elon Musk is a very good storyteller, right? So I think any students here, you should learn from Elon Musk, right? Tell a very good story. And the third is that you have to be a very good organizer because you have to work concurrently and independently. And you have to know which people is the right one you have to find for resources, for solution, or for help. So back to our teacher, I would say that it's hard to fill the gap, right? So from teaching to empowering may be the answer, or maybe the only answer. So you're in the traditional teaching, it produces like technically skilled students, right? We teach you how to use this, how to use that. But now in the AI era, I feel that it's not as important as before, that we have to learn those very quickly, those skills we can very quickly learn from AI, right? Sometimes we don't have to even use those tools ourselves. We can handle it to AI, right? So I would say that digital skills aren't just coding. Somehow we need a 3D model, which is technical tools. The second is methodological processes. And the last is cognitive business value awareness. I think it reminds me the Dr. Zhen's presentation that we have 4 stages of like digital transformation, right? So somehow it's kind of similar things. So yeah, I think the industry wants competence and adaptability because AI is evolving very fast. But I don't think we have already prepared for that. So that's why we have like a job mismatch, right? And those 3 words are from a sentence that I see somewhere. So the full sentence is that as vocational and tertiary education focuses heavily on job-specific skills. So let's focus given to competences and adaptability in using technology. So this has contributed to the job mismatch in the labor market. So I don't know, any of you see this sentence before? No? So this is from the Malaysian Digital Economy Blueprint, page 60. So I totally agree with this sentence, and I think somehow this sentence can guide us to make the digital transformation quicker and faster. So yeah, so that's all. Thanks everyone. And if you have any question, we can talk about it later.
Thank you, Dr. Chi, for your insightful presentation. Now we have the Q&A session, and you can ask any one of the panelists. Let's welcome Dr. Zeng, Dr. Wu, and Dr. Chi back to the stage. And we will now open the floor for a joint Q&A session with our three experts. Maybe let me, you hear me? Do you have a question? Yes, please.
Hello， 大家好，下午好，我的名字叫萨利法，我从马来西亚杜森恩大学，I'm from UTHM. My studies is master degree in technical and vocational. My question is, in case I was interested to join in Shenzhen Polytechnic University, China in future, now I study, how does SZPU help international students enhance their career prospect, especially in the field of vocational education and training? Can anyone answer my question?
Thank you for the question. I think your question is about international students?
Yes, in case, 要我讲华语?
Yes, you speak Chinese very well.
Okay, 我讲华语。深圳职业技术大学如何帮助国子学生提升他们在职业教育和品学旅游的职业换成讲听？听得懂吗？要讲华语还是
I think for this question, let's invite our coordinator because he's also the deputy director of our international office. I think he could answer the question for you.
Very good Chinese. I cannot imagine you can speak such a good Chinese. For international students at Shenzhen Polytechnic University, we started from 20 years ago. Started the collaboration with overseas partner universities for student exchange and for short-term study tour. So that's encourages the mobility of the international students because you really need international experience different education model and the culture. At present, we have students from about 40 countries all over across the world. Started from the language from basic level 1 to level 6, and normally students will need one semester about 6 months to master the communication skills basically. So, and another way is to collaborate with African university. We recruited students from architecture construction. They are coming to Shenzhen Polytechnic for 1.5 years to get our degree, bachelor degree. And these students start from zero. One semester later, they can communicate with me when we meet each other. For the vocational education, we have some joint international programs, collaborating with Australian University and University from United States. That's a dual, we call 3+0, because this program will be given in English and mainly for Chinese students. If you are interested, you can apply for exchange or international students in our university. We might arrange the international courses for you, together with Chinese language courses. So we can call it, the name is Chinese language plus vocational education program projects. So you are very welcome to access our international office in the future, and no matter level what, so grade 1, grade 2, if you find the time to available to come to Shenzhen, you are really welcome. And finally, I'm here to offer a gift, 5 free scholarships for 1 semester, study in Chinese, Shenzhen Polytechnic. First come, first served. Thank you. Did I answer your questions? 可以吗？好，好，谢谢你。
Thank you, Dr. Yang. I think you are all excited about the gift, right? Okay, I got a question for Dr. Zeng actually from our online participation. Except for the on-site participants, which are 73 participants here, we also have another 121 participants joining us on the Zoom platform. So I got a question for Dr. Zeng, which is she asked how to overcome the challenge of infrastructure, trainers, and leaders' competencies, especially in developing countries.
Yes. Thank you for this question. And actually, this is really a big challenge in not only a developing country, but for many developed country, because the most difficult thing is the sustainable of all those capacity building, all those infrastructure, how to sustain all. So always we should have from the studies that we read and we study on, we know that always we need a systematic mechanism from top to down to instruct and support. And really the core is funds. The funds is the core for sustainability. Like I mentioned on my slides about the course-related project, we have actually very sufficient funds from various levels, national level, provincial level, institutional level. We have those sufficient funds for us to build all those things with sustainability. So back to the question. So how to solve those challenge for those developing countries? So that's why we come here to establish this China ASEAN Capacity Building Center. We are under the framework, we are endorsed by UNESCO, and we try to narrow or even close the digital divide and for sustainability and for better world. So let's collaborate each other and join us to make a better world. So that's my answer.
Thank you, Dr. Zeng. I think according to Dr. Zeng's answer, lobby to the leadership and also the government authorities is very important, because such digital transformation is a systematic and a holistic process. It needs efforts from every dimension. So UTHM and our university all did actually, I think, did quite well in digital transformation, and it is actually thanks to the leadership. Also, as Dr. Zeng mentioned, global networking, our collaboration, and also the collaboration with industries could be quite important. So do you have any other questions maybe for Dr. Wu and Dr. Chi?
Hello, hi. My name is Muhammad Farid. So my question is for Dr. Chu Haizo.
Okay.
My question is like, how do you view the fundamental of difference in research objective is between academia and industry, and are they successfully keys such as a university industry collaboration is joint laboratories that is it effectively bridge this gap? So that's my question.
So let me confirm that you want some successful cases.
Yes.
Okay. So far as I know that because we actually are at the beginning of the AI era, right? So we're still like doing digital transformation now, and I'd like to say that from my own experience, I haven't seen. I'm saying that everything is going on, but there is a successful example that we did in past decades, which is in 5G generation. So we have cooperated with Huawei and some other industry partners to build the curriculum together, and we also asked them to together we establish some laboratories and some digitalized resources, teaching resources, which is free online for students to. Actually, the students can either do the experiments in the laboratory, or they can take the experiment back to their room. Yeah, so it's very flexible. I think somehow this is, although it's not related to AI, but I think the digital transformation, somehow we can learn from these successful cases to make our digital transformation better.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Chi. I think Dr. Chi also emphasizes the collaboration with the enterprises and the private sector, and it helps address the gaps between academia and the industry. Thank you. So, any other questions? Please.
Okay. I have to stand. Okay. Okay. I'm putting this question to Dr. Wu. In the case study of DeepSeek, how do you ensure the tools adaptability to educational system with a different cultural values and teaching methodologies, such as those in Southeast Asia versus Western countries? And the question clear?
Yes,
okay.
Of course. Thanks for your question. DeepSeek Plus adopts hybrid framework combining a global trend core with large modules with region specific adapter modules. So in Southeast Asian context, they collaborate with local educators and indicate cultural relevant examples. Okay, and meanwhile, for Western systems, emphasize critical thinking. The tool prioritized open-ended problem solving promotes and continuous feedback loops with partners. University like UTHM ensure the contextual relevance. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wu. Now we already have two. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, please.
Actually, I am truly honored to come here because I was participate in international mobility program at Shenzhen Polytechnic at 2008. I am a UTHM alumni. I am a TVET teacher.
Sounds so nice.
Yeah, I still remember at since 2008, the name still Shenzhen Polytechnic, I think.
Yes, we just become
Ni hao ma.
university in 2023.
Okay, my question is, as a TVET teacher, my name is Muhammad Saifuddin. How can we ensure that the digital capacity building initiative for TVET teachers are sustainable and continually updated to the match rapid technological advancement in industry? That's my question. Thank you. Clear?
Yeah, yes, I think your question is asked about how to keep the
Confirm that you mean that all those knowledge or skills to be aligned with the industry. Actually, I have introduced on the slides about the curriculum design process. So you could see from the framework, from designing the objectives, then to the contents, then to the organizations and the evaluation. We have invited the partners from industry, from the labor market to join all along the way, all along the processes. So that's why we have put many attentions and our focus to partners with those sound enterprises in local. So we actually need their help because, like I said, that to collaborating with the industry, collaborating with them is like a mantra in TVET. Worldwide, that's worldwide. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Zeng. Any other questions? Oh, please.
I want to ask a question for Dr. Q. So your experience seems quite unique. It appears that industry has many requirements for talent, but many of these requirements cannot be cultivated in school. What do you think about this issue?
Okay, so you mean that some abilities are not, the school will not get you ready for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's that's what we expect because school can't teach you everything, right? So, but what we do in TVET education that we can get you ready as much as possible. But still, I see there is a gap between the academia and the industry, and our education is still chasing after the industry. Somehow we can make the gap smaller, right? How do we do that? We cannot send you to the industry for internship like year by year, and that's our expectation, but it's not realistic. What we want to do is that you can immerse yourself into resources, first-hand resources from industry, with some educational technology and educational methodology that make those industry material to you can absorb those material in school as much as possible. But for those abilities, some other abilities, you have to get yourself ready. Find some way that not in school but in your daily life you can build up your abilities to participate in some training, some activities, and collaborate with your classmates, something like that. I believe that our university has provided a lot of chance for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. G. I think Dr. G means that as TVET providers, we can not do it perfectly, but we are trying to do it better, and we provide a lot of resources, and actually the TVET students should possess the self-learning capabilities. I think we also got some other questions from online participation, and one question is about the skills and knowledge. He is asking, between skills and knowledge, which one should come first for someone to be skilled? So it's a general question, any one of the panelists could answer. So we should have skills first or knowledge?
Yes, I think actually when we're thinking about curriculum, there are three basic elements: knowledge, skills, and attitude. They come separate from each other. Especially in TVET, we are learning from doing, so they are also both of them. I think both of them are very important. I just couldn't think how to separate them from each other. So that's my question. Learning by doing by learning.
Thanks, Dr. Zeng. And is there any other on-site questions? Okay, please.
Okay, hello, good afternoon. My name is Nur Bazlin. I want to ask question for Dr. Wu Ting Tian. Okay, so for my question is, how do you see the role of large models in the future of education?
The roles of large.
How do you see the role of,
large language model in future education?
Sorry for my oral spoken English, so I try to reply in Chinese, and the director will translate to English. Is okay?
Okay.
Acceptable? Okay.
Okay.
So maybe you 如果你的中文够好啊，你可以这个听一下 ，OK？ Okay. Yes.
He will answer
yes.
in Chinese.
对。
And maybe you can also to be the volunteer as the translator. Yes. Yes, we can also use the AI to be the translator. Okay, please answer the role of large language model in future education.
OK in Chinese 就是大模型吧，就是我觉得它相当于是一个很大的一个知识库，它这个基本上是无所不能的，因为它的这个知识量的话可以超过人类的这个总和来着，所以的话它在各个方面都能赋能。OK, I will sentence by sentence or what?
So can you translate? Yes.
我原来是可以讲华语，但是一点点还可以讲。
Okay.
Okay.
Doctor.
一点点。是如果你讲的那个，你可以再来一次 explain 再来一次吗
Okay. Okay. I want to. Okay. The large modules are just like a huge brain, which contains of the global knowledge or skills for human mankind. So it can almost do everything, to just beyond text generation, image generation, or video, or some XR or other multimedia applications. So it has lots of applications of scenarios for our jobs, not beyond the technical education, but as a worker, as a student, we can use large modules to do everything, to help do our homework. And as a teacher, I can use it to do the curriculum standard generation, and also do a PowerPoint or slide for me, and also also in some business areas, almost do everything. But one thing should be focused is that should make sure use it safely, right? Because if you do it in the wrong ways, maybe have some ethnic or some other safety problems. Okay.
So
I think Dr. Wu means that we still need to have the control of the AI in future, even though in future education, as the large model could only be the assistance in teaching and learning. Okay, please.
I want to share some
Okay,
some
Dr.
thoughts.
Xu would like to share some insights.
Because I teach several courses that are related to coding, I would say that the large language model is a double-edged sword in education at the current stage. Because when I review the homework of my students, I can see that some of them will use the large language model to solve the problems for their homework. So somehow I see that this is not very good because they haven't mastered those knowledge or skill yet, and they ask the large language model to help them to easily solve those problems in seconds. I think it's not good for them, not good for education. But we cannot get rid of the large language model because this is a trend. For me, I also try to use large language model to mark the students' homework as well. But it's just a trial, right? I discovered that it's not very, it does not work as expected because I see that, okay, I ask DeepSeek to score the homeworks. All the scores are the same, no matter the quality of the homework. So I would say that we still have to learn how to interact with the large language model, which I think Dr. Wu will have better solution in future, right? So yeah, if you are a student, you have to, you have to learn a lot of things rather than just use large language model to solve your homework in seconds. And I think for teacher like me, I have to learn that how do I interact with large language model and use a language model, the power of large language model to teaching, to material preparation. Yeah, I think that's how I can learn for that. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Thank you for your sharing. I think actually time is up for the session, but we still have got some questions from the online participants. Maybe I could select one short question from these all questions. There is a question about how can we assess practical competencies in a digital environment? Because, in TVET sector, maybe we need some hands-on experience and skills, but now we are in a digital era, so how can we still assess these hands-on or practical competencies? If I think maybe you engage in some VR or applications in teaching, you can answer.
Yeah, there is a course called routing and switching. Actually, we have tried to build a VR environment to let students immerse themselves into that environment. They plug in net cables, they relocate the net switches. But is it the digital competence? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I think the digital competence should not be just the digital. Yeah, I think the way that we can get the digital competence is that we shrink the distance between our teaching, our practical environment to the industry teaching. Sorry, not teaching, to the industry or practical industry scenarios. Yeah. But still, I think the best way for us to get the digital competence is that we can, what we do, still, we don't have to use AR or XR, those fancy technology, because I don't think they are ready for that. But we can watch the videos from like industry practical and learn from people from industry. they have like online lectures, they have online training sessions that we can participate more for that. I think that is efficient way for us to get ready for the digital competence.
Actually, please,
Okay,
maybe the final question.
My question is for Dr. Zeng. How will you integrate green skill development alongside digital skill for teaching and learning, especially in TVET education?
To confirm, your question is about how to integrate green skills with
alongside with the
digital skills. Green skills and digital skills actually are the transversal skills, and actually is both or parts of the focus of UNESCO UNIWAT. So they are the priority. So like Joan, Ms. Joan, we are participating in the BUILD project. So it is for, they could see the importance to bridging those skills in TVET, in teaching and learning. So like we have those projects to bridging those skills together through learning. When we identify the curriculum objectives, we actually can separate them, but we can integrate them through the process, through well-organized, well-structured learning activities. We have so many cases. If we have time, and we will contact later to show those cases to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zeng. I agree with Dr. Zeng. Green skills is actually a transversal skills. We do not have a course for greening, but we can incorporate such skills delivery in every course. For example, Dr. Zeng introduced in her slides, we would have the learning objectives, and maybe you can green skills delivery in our learning objective. In this way, we could cultivate the students' skills in this regard. So thanks for all panelists, thoughtful answers, and thanks for your active participation. Welcome to China, welcome to Shenzhen, and hopefully we could have more exchange and collaboration in the future. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Chong Hyo-ya, for moderating and also handling the Q&A session. I do have a question to Dr. Yang regarding the 3 sponsorships that you offer. Is there any age limit, just in case there's a not so young candidate who would like to apply?
As a moderator today, you have done an excellent job. Without your contribution, it will not be successful. So definitely, you will be one of them.
Okay, thank you. I'm honored. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at the end of the workshop, but before that, let's have a photography session to commemorate this event. For the on-site participants and perhaps the secretariat, kindly move over closer to the middle rows to have your photo taken. And for the online participants, kindly turn on your camera. Perhaps those at the back can move over to the front, move forward. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our program. I hope you have had a wonderful and fruitful morning. May the knowledge that we received today be beneficial to all of us. To the delegates from Shenzhen Polytechnic University, I hope that you will have enjoyable time for the rest of your stay here. Don't forget to try out our delicious food. Malaysia is, after all, famous for its tasty food, but you have to watch out for the spicy ones. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our program. Till we meet again, I am Mimi Muhammad, signing off with Wabillahi Taufiq wal Hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.